Okay, so I'm not gonna be reading off anything. I just wanted to show you guys the collection. I'm gonna be putting it all in this. This is the second one. The first one I did the beginning of January, and I've actually used it as a reference for, oh my goodness, every time I need something. I have literally come in here and I've gone through and used it as a reference, which has been very helpful for me. So I don't know if any of you are writing a journal, or that's a ton of painting ideas, by the way. I just finished 2 new ones. I don't know if you can see them over there. Anyway, yeah, so I have used this as like a reference, and it's been very helpful for me. So I've got a whole setup here. Even got some peanut butter because I'm a little nutty. And I am going to be literally taking all of it and hopefully organizing it somewhat. I've already made paintings out of certain ones that I've done already. Like this one right here, I made into that red painting over there. 2 Bloods, 1 Source. And to do with the Freemasons. But that's what I'm going to do. And I wanted to talk about, I had a dream this morning in the period between wake and sleep. I believe it was 5D, but it was different because it had nothing, well, it obviously has something to do with me, but this time it was like I was watching a video. Like I was watching a movie of a gentleman, and picture like a train station, and it's like sand, dirt floors, there's no wood planks or nothing like that. It's just, the ground. But it was very crowded. It was almost like, it reminded me sort of a place, like a train station you would see in India. And there was this gentleman. He had dark hair, and he was a little bit tan skin, but it wasn't completely white. But anyway, so this gentleman's there, and he looks like a foreigner to the country. Like he's not, and I think he spoke English. But I'm watching him, and there's like tons of people at this station, and they're all waiting to get on this train. And then there's this scuffle or some brawl that happens, and the gentleman, he's with some other people too, but they kind of all get scattered, and he gets knocked to the ground. And he notices when he's on the ground, because he had a pain on his side, and he looks at his hand, and there's some blood on his hand. And he was like, he's not like really injured, but he's just more shocked. He's like, what the heck was that? Like, who just attacked me? What was that for, right? He's looking around, and he gets himself up in this, next thing you know, everybody's like kind of slowly, the crowd's doing whatever. Some people get on the train or leave or whatever, and this gentleman and his group of people, the gentleman's just standing there, and this other elderly man approaches him, and he's wearing like a long gown, almost just like a street gown, and he did have a long beard. And he looks at this fellow, and he points in the direction, almost like, okay, start walking, go that way, direct it over towards the forest. And he basically tells them, take these few people with you, and I want you guys to go over that way. And the gentleman's confused, like, why do I have to get on? Why do I have to go that way? Why are we making a long trek? And he's telling him to, follow the train tracks, and then he'll eventually meet everybody there. It'll take longer, and it'll be a bit of a journey, but he pointed. The elderly man was very specific. He pointed. He's like, go that way. And so the guy was like, okay. So he takes his group of people and he's still confused, but he doesn't question it. It's almost like he deep down knows there's a reason he's being pointed that way, but he has no clue what he's getting into. So him and his group of people start walking, and they're all confused too, but the gentleman, the main character guy that's going in there, he's kind of like the leader, so people are following him anyway. And they go through all this forestry area, and they go without food for a long time. They do have water, and they still continue to follow the tracks, and they're still at points questioning, and they're like, you know, not so much questioning, it's just they're frustrated. They're like, why did we have to walk? Like, I don't understand why we had to take the long way. It's like, why couldn't we just get on the train with the rest of them? And they're walking, and then eventually they get to whatever destination they're headed to. But when they get there, it's like a wide open path. You kind of can't even see the tracks anymore, and there's dust and dirt all covered, but there was path, and there were almost like when you see underneath a bridge of train tracks and how a little bit of pool, kind of like water pools underneath there, but it's kind of muddy, but it's not. Well, there was like it was like there had been a massacre or something. Like there had been a bunch of people that had been killed, like there was some battle or some war or something, and there was just no people. They had all been removed, but you could see what was left over, and there's just like the pools of the blood. And the gentleman was so confused. He's like, what did we just miss? I don't understand what happened. Like, he's so confused, and he's looking at the other people, and they're all looking around, and they're confused, and there's no elderly man nowhere to be seen. And he's looking around, and he's just like, what did I just miss? And then it's almost like I stand in his place. I'm standing, and then I'm saying, what did I just miss? Like, it's like there was some battle or some chaos or some war or something right there. And all that's left is, these pools of whatever on the dirt ground. And like everything else has been removed, but it's just, you see the blood there, and something happened. And then I ended up saying, like, it's almost like I was saying it out loud. And I ended up waking up after this, and I'm like, what did I just miss? So this elderly man that told this gentleman to get on this bus, or to not get on the train, to go for the walk instead, go on that journey, go the long way, and it's almost like the elderly man like selected these few people and himself just to go. You go that way. The rest of us will take the train. And the guy did, and then he ends up getting there, and he had missed a whole lot of whatever the heck that was. And I mean, to be truly grateful to the elderly man, of course, like I would be too. Like if that was me in that situation, I'd be like, wow, like I'm really grateful that I wasn't a part of that. And I woke up, and then I sat up, and all I kept saying to myself is, what the heck did I miss? What am I missing? And I'm sure you could break it down into a lot of different parts. But we're at 9 minutes now. Yeah. So that was my dream. I don't know if you guys have been having any weird dreams lately. You don't have to write it down unless it's symbolic to you. I think there's something I used for specific details, like dreammoods.ca or something like that, or .com. And I take like let's say a rattlesnake tail or something like that, and then I'll punch it in and specifics, right? And then it kind of gives me a translation. Sometimes it has nothing to do with the actual object itself, but my dreams used to be so vivid I could explain them down to the detail. like of a pebble on the ground. And lately it's almost like I've kind of been protected or blocked off a little bit for good reason. I'm pretty sure there's more than just a physical 3D war going on right now, and most people that hear that would, if they resonate with me, they will understand what I'm talking about. But if not, then maybe you need to go on your own path and your own journey. If you watch my stuff and you don't like it, that's okay. If you want to subscribe, that's cool, because I always put up random stuff. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. Like I said, I'm a little nutty. I have some peanut butter. Anyways, yeah, so that was my dream. I don't know if I'm going to post more about my dream. I usually post things on here when I'm doing part of my healing journey, and there's something that I've learned that's important. I will do the best I can to share it, and then people can take from that what they will. Anyways, be well. Take care of yourselves.